Struggling to pay your mortgage? If COVID-19 hurt your income, health, or family, you may be eligible for homeowner assistance funds from the government. Call 1-877-894-4663 now, or visit WashingtonHalf.org. That's WashingtonHAF.org. Because falling on hard times does not have to mean losing your home.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not helping bad girls set up their websites, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
我们大家都同意，在华盛顿，我们的道路是最安全的。在现今的世界，我们明白将手机放在遥不可及的地方是一件不容易的事情，但我们需要树立榜样，传播这个安全信息。在你驾驶之前，你应该把手机设定为请勿打扰，然后将手机放入手套箱里面，并且要求你的朋友和家人一样。当我们尽自己的一份力量时，道路对每个人来说更安全。让我们一起安全到达目的地。以上讯息来自华盛顿交通安全委员会。
On Rainier Avenue Radio.world, look for the Change Your Food, Change Your Life show. I'm Dennis Weaver, your good food guide and host, helping you to feel good and look good, and who wouldn't want some of that? All that and more from the Change Your Food, Change Your Life show on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Stories, songs, and guests. Begin living the organic good food life, and the rest of your life just may be the best of your life. Always up, baby, to your help.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not shouting, "Ba-dee-ya" at city council meetings, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not busy tearing the roof off the suckers, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not explaining to my intern exactly what R&B is, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Check it.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not driving my sweet AMC Pacer through the car wash, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. You missed a spot.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio,
your community radio station.
Struggling to pay your mortgage?
Okay.
Okay, welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio. We are live at the Soul Healing Festival. It's me, Tony B. I'm here with Sehyun. Say, how you doing?
I'm good. It's a beautiful day, up in Hing Hay Park in Chinatown. So glad to be here. Thank you for being here too.
Well, man, there's so much going on here, and this is on the anniversary of 9/11. That was intentional, correct?
Yeah. So people think of 9/11 as emergency, like global terrorism, right? But we're bringing to here in the heart of Chinatown the Soul Healing Festival, the Future Ancient Soul Healing Festival. And it's really about promoting healing, a culture of wellness. We got 24 acts of people who really embody their culture, from music, song, story, dance. We got 2 fashion shows. We got a bunch of cultural vendors. We got people selling smoked fish and salmon, native folks. We got Jamaican merch from people who are from Jamaica. We got Andrew Hype and Healing. He's coming with the Caribbean food. He's got 50 plates for the first 50 folks are free. We also got Mom and Pops doing some healthy popsicles. Those are free for the kids, up to 35 of them. And then we also got CMOS and, some fashion. So we're really pumped out here. We really are trying to envision a future that really honors who we are, that respects our cultural differences, but also allows us to come together as united around our collective liberation and the fact that we all respect and come from our own cultures.
Now, we are coming to you live right now. You've got time to get down here. We're at Hing Hay Park. Again, Shay, there are a lot of things that are going down for free, and put some times to some things if you can. So for folks who are saying, okay, you may want to be here to see this, or you may want to be here to catch this particular thing that's going on. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're going to be talking to some folks who are part of the healing process. As you can see behind us here in the tent, there's aromatherapy, there's acupuncture, anyway, let me go back to where I was before. What are some times that some things are taking place?
Yeah, so we kicked off the healing part from now to 4 p.m. We got free acupuncture, massage, qigong, and yoga in the park. We've got free mats, all beginners, no experience necessary. We also, from 4 to 8:30, we have cultural performances, music, song, story, dance. It's all going to be live streamed at the futureancient.org and the Future Ancient Facebook page. So tune into that live stream if you can't make it out in person. And then afterwards, we have a short screening of a work in progress of a different mirror, which is about Seattle Chinatown community building and resilience in this neighborhood that's faced gentrification and racial violence since the beginning. And we've always had to fight for our cultural dignity. And the fight continues. And we want to know that these people are alive. We're not just, bubble tea and Asian food, right? Like, these are real stories, real families, and legacies and generations. And it's really up to us to ensure the cultural future of this place, so.
That is wonderful. I if you could maybe share with some folks who may not know that history of the Chinese International District that you were talking about. For some folks, it's just some place they go through. For some folks, it's maybe they know it as a core fabric of what the city is, but not really know the intricacy of what you're talking about. Would you mind giving some people some insight into that history that you're talking about?
Yeah, I'd love to. So just do broad strokes. Like, the Chinese immigrants came as part of like a labor push, and there are other conditions that were push and pull factors of leaving the country. But when Chinese immigrants first arrived here, they were faced with a lot of racial discrimination, despite the great contributions that the Chinese made to American history, American culture. I mean, there's like 5, 6, 7 generations of Chinese people who have lived in America, but they're still seen as perpetual foreigners. And when they came to Seattle, there was all these redlining and racial districting of housing. And so Chinese folks had to band together just to have some sort of peace and community and ability to respect themselves as people while living in America. And what people don't know about this neighborhood is that the Chinese face discrimination just like Black folks here. And so, through their common struggle, Black and Asian people have really congregated in this neighborhood. And this is a neighborhood that the white settlers didn't want. And that's why, and then of course, BIPOC folks make it pop with their soulfulness and their creativity. And this place used to be filled with like jazz clubs, and you see a lot of different people of color banding together already. But then, after the crack epidemic and after, the pushback against civil rights and these things, there was very intentional divisions created within BIPOC communities, because if we were to honestly unite together, that would be a very scary force for people who oppress us and divide us, And so, but we're not here to fight people. We're here to promote the love and the healing, because that's our true weapon. That's our true strength. Us fighting each other and thinking that, we're on opposite teams. Like I tell my kids, I'm a father of two beautiful children who come from Black and Korean descent. And if they fight, I tell them, hey, we're on the same team. So just the very fact of nature that we're fighting is you're losing. Like, why are you fighting? Do you want to be a loser? Like, no, that's not what we do in our family, And, we're all one big family. So it's just important for us to understand that history and recognize, like, we're being deluded to think that we're so different, and, our cultures make us different, but that's also our strength. So if we're really rooted in our cultures, it's and we can come together and share and respect ourselves and each other, I think that's the recipe for the future, and that's what our ancestors have always done. And we're just kind of bringing back the same thing for the modern day.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio. My guest is Sehyun, and this was an opportunity to find out a bit more about the community that we're in right now, the Chinese International District. This will be going on till 10 o'clock tonight. We got some folks I want to talk to that you said you're going to have over here. Again, we're focused on the healing component here. And just really quickly, Shay, just give us a little bit about your background. Now, I'm calling you the organizer of this event. Is that correct? And if I am, correct me. And as y'all know, if you were here, On Rainier Avenue Radio, we have honest, frank discussion. It is what it is. We just say what it is, and then you can either go check it out. But this is what this format is for. So thanks for sharing the history of the community. But give us some background on yourself.
Yeah, my parents were Korean immigrants. You know, they were facing extreme pressures from the Korean War that killed, anywhere between 3 to 10 million of our people. That war is still ongoing. It's still a battle. But, I grew up in this area, and I've been coming to Chinatown International District my whole life. It's the only place where I saw other Asian folks. When I graduated from college, I wanted to give back to the community, and I started teaching some breakdancing, or I started teaching school skills with the World Championship champion breakdancers, Massive Monkeys, and they taught me how to dance, and they're really loving, great, creative people. And so we combined together like life skills. I brought the life skills and like the cultural gifts that I was taught by my family and people around me and my elders, and they brought their dance, and we really had this amazing partnership. And then ever since then, I've been a lot more active in the community, and then just really honored for all the partners. Like Interim Community Development Association is a huge partner. Seattle Parks and Rec is supporting this big time, and then a lot of cultural organizations like the Lao Communities United and Hmong Association of Washington, Rainier Avenue Radio, the Chinese Post, Northwest Asian Weekly. I mean, there's so many people we got to thank, but it's really a community-led effort, and people aren't doing this. Even though I'm paying everybody, we aren't using any volunteers. This is for the love, and you can't pay people enough to love their culture and come together and be about something greater than themselves, or their own safety or their own egos. So it's I guess I am the organizer, but this wouldn't be possible without like all the love that was poured into me by my grandma and my family and my culture and my elders. And then I'm able to share that. I have people that I used to teach when I was doing that breakdance program, and now they've grown up and gone to college, and now they're working together 10 years later, so it's just a beautiful thing to know each other, and to really have that heart for community, and to really get to know ourselves in a deep way. So I'm just really honored to be able to put this together.
So you have a couple people we're going to be able to talk to, right? We're live right now. You want to grab them, or how do you want to make this happen? We are live here at Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Oh, now here, why don't here this way? Why don't you get on this side of me over here? And again, no, you're gonna stay here. Come on now. We are, as you can see, this is how live works. Main thing that we wanted to do was be here and share the experience with you of what was taking place. So Shay, we'll start with this. You know what's going on. I'm gonna stand here, but I'm gonna give you this microphone. Would you introduce? You're going to share with us what's going on here. And so just like I did, remember you have to talk into this microphone, and that's your camera right there. Shay, take it away.
Okay, so all right, let's do this. So this is Trey White. He's an amazing healer, does massage, body work, but also Reiki, and just has a very positive healing energy. I got the honor to meet him, and the vibe was just there. And then you get to know people, you see how they live, you see what they do in the community, and you line it all up, and it just really made sense to invite him out to the Soul Healing Festival as a healer. That'll be my intro for you. I don't know if you want to share a little bit about your practice and like. I'm
going to start because I have some questions now.
Yeah,
let's talk about healing. Okay. And what. Go ahead, do your thing, and just what that means, what the relevance that is that people should consider when they're going through whatever they're going through in their daily lives, healing.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that question. So the relevance, I feel like life is always asking so much from us and asking us to move from one moment to the next moment. And oftentimes we don't get a second to just breathe into our bodies and feel how it feels to come from a place of being regulated. And that's where healing comes in, where you take that time and that space for you outside of what other people are asking of you. You take that space for you, you connect with your breath, you connect with your body work, you connect with your own energy, and you make sure that you're replenishing yourself so that you can give from a place of being full and being regulated and healed.
Now, let's talk about, again, like I'm from the moon. You know, you mentioned some things, Reiki and healing. What is it that you do, and what is that service that you are providing? That nurturing, or is that even right? Is that the right way to describe it?
So I've been a massage therapist for about 7 years now. I got involved with Reiki about 3 years ago. I'm now a Reiki master teacher in training, but officially Reiki master status as of May this year. And I offer massage. Some of that service, it can be deep tissue. Some of it can be relaxation. My highest request is for Reiki and massage to be infused together. So that's incorporating the physical aspects of reducing muscle tension, increasing relaxation, increasing circulation, more importantly, building awareness in my client's body so that they know, okay, I have tension here, I store tension here. Maybe what also happens is during that session, they find that they're storing emotion in certain areas of their bodies. It could be that when they feel particularly emotional, that's being stored in their hips. That's a very common place that we store emotions. And then just Reiki on its own, I don't know if y'all were able to see the last person I was working on, but we don't even have to physically touch that person. We can send distance Reiki. We can send Reiki across the world, anywhere that it needs to go at any time, any place. We are working with universal life force energy, the same energy that was made to create you and me and the plants and everything that moves around us.
You know, you segued perfectly for me, because I was going to ask you about that. We did see that you were just putting your hands over. Let's talk about the concept for people who may not know of energy and what that is, and how, what you use that for. And you talk about an energy in your hip or an energy. Just break it down for us, okay?
I got you. So if you think about the elements as earth being this tree, as fire being, for example, from the sun, water being the ocean, and air just being the wind that's blowing around us, there is another aspect of that that we oftentimes don't see, and that's energy. And that energy can present itself when you first meet people. You oftentimes meet people's energy before you meet that actual person. And oftentimes people can see that based on how someone can come off, or if they walk into a space and the space feels very exciting or very like calm. It's a real thing, right? And yeah, so that's what we work with. It's just those subtle shifts, the subtle shifts of being able to tell, oh, I feel a little more elevated. I feel a little bit more excited, a little bit more lively, or I might feel real calm, or somewhere in the middle, in between. I might be holding on to sadness. I might be holding on to joy. I might be holding on to different things that my body carries with me on an everyday basis. And when we carry so many things that need to be either released or let go of, because sometimes those things build up and they get heavy. That's where healing comes in, where that is a means of release. Does that make sense?
It does. And thank you for explaining that to us. You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World. It's me, Tony B. We are at the Future Ancient Soul Healing Festival. The time that we are on the air, this is going to be all about healing. This festival will be taking place until 10 o'clock tonight. Before we go, if there is, and I'm going to ask you another question too. How can how can folks get in touch with you, or are you available like that? Or
yeah. So folks can get in touch with me through Instagram at Ocon Vitality Massage Therapy. You can find me on Facebook as well. Website is going up in a few weeks, so stay tuned for that. You can get updates on my Instagram. That's where I post the most. Also, if you Google me, you'll find that we are linked through Massage Book, and you can book directly through there. Massage Book /biz/ Ocon Vitality Massage.
So I want to give you the opportunity to say final words to our audience here. Anything that you'd like to say about whatever. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Okay. So earlier we had talked about the fact that I do massage. I just recently opened a school called Black Alchemy School of Reiki. I am now accepting students for Black Power Reiki teachings. We need to add a little copyright symbol to that. I'm also accepting one-on-one students and booking consultations as well. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out. Even if you're just curious about what energy work is, like you just asked, and have more questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out.
All right, thank you. Congratulations. Appreciate you doing this work today. All right. Are you still going to be back here? Or are you going to?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're going to be in our camera view.
Okay. You take care.
Yep, you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. It's me, Tony B. We are here in the Chinatown International District. This is the Future Ancient Soul Healing Festival. It's happening on 9/11. This is the first one this year. And this is going to be an annual event. This is the inaugural of these events. We are here for the section on healing specifically. I think we may be talking to an acupuncturist. So I'm trying to grab Shay here, see if we can get somebody over here to talk to us. Oh, okay. Acupuncturist, are you waiting as well? Well, here, both of you come on up here. Let's face this camera right here. And let's find out, first of all, who I have joining me. This is
Debbie. Debbie Yu.
And you are here to
Provide acupuncture for the folks.
Acupuncture. Awesome. And we have
Jordan Van Vost.
And same question, you are here to?
I'm here to offer acupuncture.
Acupuncture as well. All right. Well, here we go. Welcome, everyone. We've got this section here. If you're just tuning in, you're going healing. What is this all about? What are we talking about? We just talked about energy. We talked about massage. Now we're going to find out a little bit more about acupuncture, all right, from both of y'all. So let's start with a very fundamental explanation. What is acupuncture?
Oh, man. What is acupuncture? That's a hard question to answer in a few sentences, but it's a modality of medicine, part of Chinese medicine, to address the whole body, mind, body, spirit. And we have our own ways of thinking about the body, but essentially it can help with all sorts of conditions and diseases. And we're looking at organ systems, meridians, and just trying to help promote the flow of the qi in the blood and all the other energy systems within the body and bring harmony to it is how I can maybe explain it in two sentences. I don't know if Jordan has anything to add.
And cool. And I'm going to ask you more specifically what you're doing here. And I'm going to throw that same question to you and either correct me if I'm wrong or tell me I'm on the right path. I was talking about energy. Does this also have something to do with energy, whatever that means? If you'll explain that to me.
Yes, it has something to do with energy. Energy. I'm just going to back up a little bit and reiterate what Debbie said. It's part of a Chinese medicine originally that's at least 3,000 years old. So that was essentially the primary care medical system in China. So it has a whole different paradigm than Western allopathic medicine. We look at the whole person and try to balance the flow of energy. We could talk about it for a long time and get into theories, but honestly, I don't know how it works. I've been doing it for 25 years as a licensed practitioner, and I just see people getting better all the time. You put in the needles and their energy, their chi, whatever you want to call it, relaxes them, goes to where it needs to go, unblocks the blockages where there are blockages. And, that's when the energy flows, that's the basis of life and healing.
So what is the service that you were providing today? If someone was to come and say, okay, go ahead, do what you do with me, what is that service that you'd be providing?
Yeah, today we're kind of offering a little intro to acupuncture. We're just doing what we call the 5 needle protocol in the ears, and it's great for stress, anxiety, sleep. And so though acupuncture can treat a wide variety of conditions, we're kind of just it's just a little intro, but it's very powerful in and of itself, and it's been used for quite some time.
And same.
Oh, if he has anything to add.
Yeah, and same question for someone to come down today as we're inviting everybody, come on down. There's a lot of services being provided. We're at Hing Hay Park. This is going to go on till 10 o'clock. And so again, for somebody who may not know, but well, this is interesting. This is a healing festival. What would they expect today from the service that you're providing, or what would that seem like? What would that feel like?
Most people feel very relaxed after an acupuncture treatment, and just some people feel more energy. Typically they sleep better that evening, and oftentimes, if it's the first time they've ever had acupuncture, it can really open up the mind to experience life in a different way and see yourself in relationship to others, not so kind of solid, locked into your own little ego box. So it can be quite a liberating experience.
Now, and the thing about this, for those who may not have experienced acupuncture before, is they may be saying, what do the needles have to do with this? And the placement of the needles have to do with this? Those seem like very key elements to me. I'll start with you.
They are key elements. It's what we know to help. It's what's been used for thousands of years, and it works. Yeah, like Jordan said, we can't tell you exactly what's happening. There are lots of theories as to how acupuncture works, as if it's affecting the nervous system or the circulatory system, the blood, but we do know it works. There's nothing in the needles. They're just needles, and they're placed at points that are known to be channels that are more conductive, perhaps, than other parts of the body. We choose them based off of theory, based off of palpation, like touching. But today, like I said, we're just doing it in the ear as like an intro to acupuncture.
And anything you can add to that for us?
Well, these 5 needles in the ear, if I'm not mistaken, it was developed, as Trey said, by the Black Panther collective in New York City doing acupuncture, and it's been used in disaster response situations. I first encountered the community setting in New Orleans in 2005, 17 years ago today, or this fall. These 5 needles in the ear it's a very specific protocol. The points are used to help balance the body, and
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio. We're talking right now about acupuncture during this healing portion that we are covering here. I'm Tony B. We're at Hing Hay Park. Thank you both for joining me. I want to give you both an opportunity for final words here. If there's anything that you'd like to say to anybody watching right now who may be thinking, you know what, maybe I need to come down and find out what this is about. I'm searching for something, some sort of healing, or just anything that you want to say in general.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People come to acupuncture as like almost a last resort, and I wish it wasn't like that. I wish people would come sooner rather than later and just experience it. And if today they just want to observe or meet us and talk to us, if they're not ready for the needles, that's okay today too. But just I'm grateful to be here. Thanks for having me.
And same thing, opportunity for final words.
Well, we're here until 4 today. It's a real honor to serve the community, and I really give thanks to all the people who put this on today. It's a really wonderful thing to gather in community and focus on healing. And so hope to see you.
All right. Thank you both. I'll let you get back to healing. You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. It's me, Tony B. We are at the Future Ancient Soul Healing Festival, coming to you live from Hing Hay Park. Had the opportunity to talk to Sehyun, who's the organizer of the event. And as you can see right now, there's part of this healing process that's taking place. This looks like part of the massage going on right now. They're going to be here till 10 o'clock tonight. Wow, what a blast. It's been a great summer of 2022 that we've had here. We kicked things off with the Doug Baldwin United Way barbecue from Renton, and Mr. Bell has helped me out here. If
Trey told me to come give a word about yoga and as well.
Okay, yeah, let's get that in real quick. We got about 30 seconds here, but yeah, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, currently we are here providing the practice of yoga and mindfulness, the practice of embodiment, and as well, the practice of yoga is a way to liberate ourselves from the mind, liberate ourselves from illusions of dis-ease, as well illusions of the confinement of, in the sense of feeling limited, because sometimes our society in sometimes ways, not just like from the process of like living, we don't see the abundance of like we're not always in danger. And so the practice of the breath is a way of tethering our mind and body together to where we feel embodied, to where we can truly be ourselves. And so, yeah, that's just a bit. My name is Danston, and I'm here providing Kemetic yoga and as well sharing the practice here with KJ. And so, yeah.
Thank you for coming over here. I'm glad that we got that in. I wasn't sure, but yeah, that was one of the things that we mentioned, as part of our broadcast of healing session. Now we did get a little bit on yoga. We talked a little bit about massage and energy and acupuncture. And again, part of this healing process, part of healing for you is yoga.
Yes, indeed. The healing piece, yeah, yoga for me is healing. It helps me to, one, like heal my body, because each day I wake up, I have kinks in my body, especially if I don't move. Right. And so when I do the practice of these stretchings of this routine, as well being an instructor, it helps me relieve my body of this dis-ease. Sometimes that you could say pressure builds, or as well just stagnant air happens, or just stagnant places in the muscles. And so doing yoga as a regular routine, or even maybe 10-15 minutes in the beginning of your day, helps to relieve these areas, almost like a self-induced like acupuncture. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm glad that we had this conversation and got this in. It's me, Tony B. We are here live at the Future Ancient Soul Healing Festival. You just heard a little bit about yoga. Again, we went over acupuncture. That's it. That's all the time that I have. This is our summer of 2022 coming to a close. On behalf of all of the festivals that we've covered this summer, and everyone from the Rainier Avenue Radio staff and all those folks like yourself who give their time, thank you. And remember, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you are probably right. I'm out. Peace.